Hey guys, this is Vincent with vascotoys. On today's episode of Action Vasco, we're going to take a look at my Sci-Fi / Enemy Fortress diorama, which was inspired by this scene from the Disney movie Bolt. Let's take a look at the diorama. Okay, so this diorama is made to fit an IKEA Detolf shelf. So it's, I believe, 13 inches across and 14 inches deep. And it's made almost completely out of pink insulation foam. There are some PLA 3D printed parts that we're going to take a closer look at here in a minute. But the inspiration behind this diorama was from Disney's Bolt. There's a bad guy lair in that movie, so I kind of recreated that scene from that movie. But I think this diorama holds up in a couple of different situations. I really like it for X-Men. I think this could kind of be the entrance to either the Danger Room or the Cerebro Room, which is cool. I think it also works as a generic bad guy entrance to a fortress, so you could put some AIM soldiers in here, you could put some Hydra soldiers. I also think that it works well for other sci-fi settings, so Star Wars, maybe some other things. So I was really trying to make this diorama have sort of a multi-purpose functionality to it for anyone that wants to display their figures in a Detolf or use it for toy photography. So I went ahead and moved this wall here so you guys can take a closer look at some of the detail. Both walls are identical. All of my dioramas typically are magnetized. This one's no different, so I forgot to mention in the beginning it's a 4-piece diorama, so you have the base, the back wall, and then the 2 side walls. For this piece, I'm really proud of the way it came out. I have a hot wire foam cutter table, so I was able to make these pillars, which are dry brushed with acrylic paint to look like concrete. And then I 3D printed these 2 either metal reinforcement beams or air vents, however you want to imagine them. And then these air vent face pieces. So those were all 3D printed and then just painted with acrylic paints. And like I said, I dry brushed everything to give it sort of a concrete feel, and then we'll take a closer look. But there's also some tile flooring on this, which I put some plexiglass over to give it a really cool reflective effect. And with that said, I want to take a closer look at sort of the focal piece of this, which is going to be the 3D printed door, and we'll get a close-up of that. Okay, so let's take a look at this 3D printed door, which was designed to be the focal point of this diorama. And it's something that I was imagining you would see in a sci-fi scene or in the movie Bolt that I was talking about. So it is 3D printed with a Kingroon KP3 printer using PLA filament, designed in Tinkercad by me. And one of the cool features about this is there's a little keypad here. So I'm imagining someone's punching in some kind of code so that they can get this to open. The door is permanent, so it does not open, unfortunately, but I think it looks cool nonetheless. I printed it with PLA filament, like I said, and then I spray painted it with a black finish and went in and actually sponge painted the silver and dry brush some silver onto this to give it kind of a stainless steel look where you might have a little bit of smudging. And then I just wanted to give it a little bit different look, so I just did some, I think it's heather gray, Anita's acrylic paint on the top two panels here to give it a little bit of character. And then for the surrounding areas of the door, I used skinny foam to kind of give some visual interest on the concrete so that it wasn't just a straight up concrete wall. And you'll see if you look at that reference imagery that there's something similar in the scene from Bolt that I talked about. Really quick, the last thing that I wanted to explain here, because I was getting some comments and positive feedback about it, was the setup of the floor. So a lot of people were asking me what the floor was made out of, and it actually is XPS pink insulation foam carved and painted the way I would normally do it. And then I actually just took a piece of plexiglass, cut it to size, and put it on here. It's removable, it's not permanent there, but it's sturdy enough to stay in place when you have the back wall piece on it. And I think it's really cool because it does give sort of a tile effect where depending on where you have the figures positioned, there's a reflective quality to this that you can't achieve with just regular XPS foam. So definitely happy about this and really glad that so many people thought it was a cool look. So it's probably something that I'll continue in the future. Thanks for watching this episode of Action Vasco, where we took a look at my Fortress/Sci-Fi diorama. If you guys like this video, please subscribe and click the bell notification so you're notified when our new videos come out. Also, don't forget to follow us at vascotoys on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks guys, see you next time.